Hi, this is Marc Morrell from Let's Voltron, the official Voltron podcast, and we're here at San Diego Comic-Con 2016, and we're talking about Voltron Legendary Defender. And we're talking to Joaquim Dos Santos and Lauren Montgomery, the executive producers.
Yep. Hey, everyone.
How's it going, guys?
All right. So we just got done the panel, and we got to see a lot of your favorite moments from season one. And one of your favorite moments was the part where Alora had to say goodbye to her father.
Yeah, it's the one that kind of tears me up the most. Like, I'll get goosebumps the first time Voltron forms, but I actually get like teary when that music hits and Alora kind of hugs her father and says goodbye. It's incredible, and like I think it's some of the most of the emotion I've ever had watching our show.
Yeah, for sure. Right. And for me, I said it at the panel, but you know, I got a 10-month-old at home, and anytime I hear that baby start crying, I'm done. Even at the panel, I was like, oh, man, I hope I'm not crying when the lights go up.
Yeah, I was a little bit. But, you know, so you had mentioned some of the other people that were involved in that scene, like the director.
Yeah, Eugene, he pretty much boarded that entire emotional scene. You know, it was in the script in like a kind of very rough phase, but a lot of times what our board artists and our directors do is they just take it to the next level and they really kind of flesh it out in the storyboard. And Eugene, he really brought that scene home. Like, I remember us talking about it, looking at the script, and he was like, I want to take this scene, I have some ideas. And I was like, all right, man. Because at first we were like, oh, Lauren, you should take the scene, because I was kind of like a tyrant about it. And I was like, I know what I want to see. But Eugene's like, oh, I want to take it. And I was like, all right, Eugene, you take it, but we'll see.
Yeah,
and then he did a really good job.
See.
And I was like, oh my God, he did better than I could have done. Damn it, Eugene. But he did an incredible thing. It's amazing.
How do you decide which director gets which scenes?
I mean, it actually just rolls out naturally. We've got 3 directors, so it's sort of on a rotating cycle, and nobody really gets to pick which episode they're going to do. They just sort of get handed that episode. It's more delegating to their respective storyboard artists on their team who's stronger for this type of sequence or who's stronger for that type of sequence.
They can choose scenes within their episode, but yeah, the episode is just like, here's your episode, and then, but yeah, Eugene, he had ideas, he had vision for that scene, and it was incredible.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You had talked about it was, you know, season 2 Hullabaloo. We had talked about that.
Sure.
Right? Yeah. And it's really just anticipation for getting the fans excited, right? I mean, you don't want to give away stuff too early, because then what happens if everybody knows it and then it's still a long way until it happens, right?
Totally. I mean, it's all about sort of, you know, setting a pace and making sure that people obviously are excited for what's potentially coming up. And for us, we were really excited about just revealing the teaser at the panel, because we went through the whole panel showing clips from episodes that everybody's already seen. And Steve was a huge show, you know, Steve Young coming up on stage was a huge, exciting moment. And then at the end, you know, if we can sort of save up that excitement for the very end of the panel, that's something we want to do with the entire series.
Yeah, I was in denial. I just want you to know I didn't think Steven was there, and my wife had said that, yeah, that's Steven, and I'm like, but he works too hard on other stuff.
He really does. His Comic-Con experience is, I mean, it's mind-blowingly busy. He's all over the place.
Are you guys liking the attention that Voltron is getting, you know, and all the places you're going to talk about Voltron?
100%.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's incredible. You know, the more eyes we get on this project, like the better odds it has of like continuing. Yeah. So, and just, you know, seeing all the fan feedback, and it's reassuring that we're doing something right when people really love and appreciate this show. So the more, you know, press we get out there, the better it is.
And the more genuine love we feel from the fans who contribute, you know, not only fan art but fan fiction, or just, you know, sort of coming up with their own concepts of who's that in that scene and what does that mean, and it's weirdly, I mean, not to get like too cheesy, but it's kind of an emotional moment for us, because we grew up with this, and it's been a dream not only to work on the show but now have people react this way to it. It's really cool.
Right. It's getting more and more exposure even than maybe the original Voltron got. What do you think?
It's possible. Yeah. I mean, I think it's hard because over the course of 30 years or whatever it's been. It's sort of permeated. People know the term Voltron. Kids know the term Voltron. They don't necessarily know what the show was, but they're like, oh, I know what Voltron is. I didn't watch the show, but I know what it is. So I think the fact that it's had that time to kind of permeate. I think we got a lot to compete with, but I think we're giving it stiff competition.
Yeah, and the fact that we have social media on our side now,
true.
that helps.
Yeah.
So in the season 2 trailer, we saw a lot of Shiro looking like he was dangerously close to not being with the team anymore. And I got to tell you something, the fans are still thinking about Sven again, you know? And you guys are pushing that limit, and we're really hoping that Shiro stays. Just so you know.
Well, I mean, we tease and we tease and we tease again. So, yeah, I mean, you just got to watch it. You just got to watch it to see what happens.
Right.
But the fact, again, that people are even talking about it, or that people are so attracted or find a connection with a character, that they're, you know, it rises an emotion out of them. That's awesome for us.
Yeah, every person that we talk to on the podcast says that, you know, I love Shiro, I love Keith, I love Pidge, I love them all.
That's great.
That's where I come from.
That's what you want with the team.
Yeah.
That was our goal all along, and that was one of the very first pieces of feedback that we got that we were really happy about when they showed it to a group of kids like for testing, and one of the execs came back and said each paladin got like 2 votes. It was across
Equally
the board, like
distributed.
you know, people liked Pidge, they liked Hunk, they liked Lance, like they liked everyone. It wasn't just like a one-man show, and that was incredible.
Yeah, so I want you to know that the fandom is growing.
That's great.
New fans, old fans, all fans. And we're going to be with you the whole step of the way. We've been with you since WonderCon and before the June 10th premiere, after the June 10th premiere, and here in San Diego. And we hope to see you at New York.
Absolutely. I hope so too.
Yeah, we hope so too. We love New York Comic Con. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah. So we'll see you all next time on
Let's Voltron.
And so yeah, Pidge is a girl, everybody. Spoiler alert. It was one of the first decisions made when we set out to even make the show. We weren't even actually hired to make the show. We were like, what if we could make the show? And I was like, can we make Pidge a girl? And Morgan's like, yeah, okay. And I'm like,
Wasn't Pidge already a girl? I don't know.
yeah. It was a little unclear.
It's a little unclear. But I mean, I remember you guys, the actors, you guys had like a moratorium on even saying you could be part, that you were part of Voltron, or that Voltron was in production, or...
Yeah. We didn't get to talk about it at all. And I actually do remember that idea about Pidge 2, which is like in that room when we all got together for the first couple episodes to record, and seeing Bex there and her being like, yo, the character's gonna be a girl. We're like, oh, that's awesome. And we can't wait till, like, the reveal was excellent too. But that's the kind of cool stuff that I'm sure you're going to ask questions about that I don't want to get into. So.
There's always a chance. We love our aliens and we want to kind of keep them involved, but we can neither confirm nor deny that there will be more Balmerons.
The Balmerons are definitely really cool characters.
Yeah, they're beloved.
Yeah.
Those Balmerons.
Love them very much.
Keep looking.